Brexit brought many new hurdles with it, some of which caught companies off guard. The British fashion industry is one of the worst hit. But experts also see opportunities in this. The British fashion and design expert Anthony Kent believes the hurdles that Brexit has created for the fashion industry as an opportunity on the way to more sustainability. It could get British brands to produce more at home. You have to think more about the supply chains, said the fashion researcher from Nottingham Trent University to the German press agency. This is desirable in terms of sustainability. Maybe it will reduce the enthusiasm for fast fashion, said Kent. And we know what that means. The British fashion industry is one of those who is struggling particularly hard with the new rules after Brexit. The trade pact agreed between the UK and the EU means that trade is in principle tariff-free, but only if the products are actually largely produced in these countries and made of materials from there. In the fashion sector, which has a lot of stuff soon in Asia and uses non-domestic raw materials, this is often not the case. When customers in the EU order clothes from a fashion label in the UK, customs duties are sometimes due, an unpleasant surprise for consumers. Companies operating in Europe found this problem very suddenly, said Kent. There wasn't much discussion before Brexit, and actually almost none took place. Certainly, there will be companies that will suffer badly or even go under. Others could move more activities to the EU, such as the sportswear manufacturer JD Sports, which is considering opening a location with around 1,000 employees in the EU. Well-known representatives of the industry, including fashion designer Vivienne Westwood, have called on the British government in an open letter to give the sector more support, as is the case with fishing, for example. Great Britain or the UK left the European Union at the end of January 2020, but there was still a transition phase after that. The hard cut has now been made since the beginning of this year. Although the Brexit Trade Pact is intended to enable largely free trade in goods, exports from the kingdom to the continent have collapsed. Many companies shy away from the complex customs formalities and the necessary checks and controls at the borders. The fashion industry is also badly hit by the consequences of the pandemic. The trend towards online shopping meant that traditional chains in the shopping streets, such as Topshop, could not survive in their previous form, but we have the same here. Online trading platforms such as ASOS or Boohoo took over several brands, including Topshop, from the ailing department store group Arcadia, but do not want to keep the branches. The London Fashion Week, usually an important event in the fashion industry's calendar, currently has to take place exclusively online due to the pandemic. But with the local branches, we have the same here in my hometown, for example, just as an example. Esprit is closing a shop. H&M will be closing one of the two shops. And there are many others where you see this, but that is because of the pandemic and not of Brexit. But Brexit has an effect because of the rules of origin. I talk about this a lot in the live streams because people regularly ask questions about this in my live streams. The rule of origin was absolutely known that it will happen with Brexit, that the rules of origin apply to the goods from the UK, and everybody knew this beforehand. A lot of my colleagues and me were talking about this already before December 31st. And before there was a trade agreement, because that is just standard. If you are a third country, then there are rules of origin. And I really don't know why people are surprised by this, because they all could have known this. It's absolutely normal. But Vivienne Westwood, I quite like her for her extravaganza, but she won't have any luck there, except she means that the government should pay subsidies for the UK fashion industry, but the rule of origin will not change in relationship to the EU. That will stay. And so there will be no exceptions from the rules of origin for British fashion makers. That is a wish, if that was what she meant, that will not come true. But if you want to stay informed, please subscribe to my channel and to my other channels. I'll see you in my next video. Auf Wiedersehen.